It's Real Fit Radio with B
and J.LOU.
If this is your first time listening, welcome. And if you're a returning listener, welcome back.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Don't chase anyone. Get your shit together. You will run into them later. That's all I got.
I like it. Tunnel vision.
You gonna see me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope that whoever's tuning in is in the best of health and spirits. We're going to go ahead and jump into the meat and potatoes of this podcast. So without further ado, I'm dealing with this migraine. I've been experiencing migraines and I'm learning so much about them, to be transparent. So yeah, I might have some repeats in this one, but we're going to get through it. Are you what you asked for? I feel like we've talked about this before, but I also feel very strongly about having this conversation. So if we have, and we're talking about it again, repetition is the father of learning. I just feel like it's needed. I see too much repeatedly, and not just in dating, because when you hear that, are you what you asked for, people automatically, or a great majority automatically allude to, oh, that must mean in a man or woman. I'm talking about in life. Are you even in preparation for these things? If you ask for a nice car, how are you maintaining the one you have? If you want a bigger space, what are you doing with the space that you have? That's still hitting in the same, are you what you asked for? Are you exemplifying it? Are you making the most of what you have right now? I'm very spiritual. You guys have heard that in different podcasts. And for those that know me, I always think about or reference, if God can trust you with little, he can trust you with much. Some people are on the, when I get there, that's when I'm going to start exemplifying all these great qualities that I want somebody else to have, or I'll be that person when I have more money, more opportunity, or I'm just in a better position right now. I don't have the energy or time to be that. I'll be that when the situation gets better. So is you exemplifying what you asked for contingent upon something monetary, or the change of the situation where you can't be great in that situation? And it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to look the same after the fact. Of course, that's a different situation. But if you can't be a great secretary, what makes you think you'd be a great president? If you can't be great as the janitor, what makes you think you'll be great as the CEO? When I think about that and just little things as I move forward in my day, or I recap my day at night, I want to make sure I'm getting that much better at being the best version of myself, and also being what I asked for in every capacity, keeping my car clean, keeping my house together, being a good wife, because I want a good spouse. I'm with Lou, but our relationship is ever evolving. We're growing, we're learning, we're getting a better understanding of each other. And he may not be exactly the same in certain areas that he was a year ago, 2 years ago. So I want to make sure I'm being the best version of myself as a friend, as a family member, as a spouse, just an individual overall, because I'm meeting strangers and we're not anything to each other title wise. I just want to feel good about being what I asked for and actually making the most of what I have with joy, because this one thing, you cleaning your car and you mad about it because it's not the car you want. That energy exemplifies like, this is some crap. You don't even feel good about it. I know you got some good stuff to lend to this.
Are you what you asked for? I like to close that with, you get what you put in. That's for sure. A lot of times we ask for all these different things, and I don't need to repeat what you said. You gave some really good examples there. But to go on the other side of it is, when you're asking for these things and the effort that you put in, you're going to get exactly what kind of effort you gave. So if you, wanting all this money, or you want to be in a better position, job wise, whatever, and you're giving a lackluster effort, chances are you're not going to move up to the next level, because you didn't show anything that gave you the right to have what you were asking for. And then, damn, I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought. I'm getting old, man. Yeah.
It happens.
No, I did have another point to add to it. It was just that as I was saying what I was saying, I just completely dropped the ball on it. That's what it was. It was going to be totally different from what you said. The getting what you put in is definitely what I wanted to say, but it was something in addition to, and I just cannot figure it out. But
It happens.
Yeah.
It
Nah,
happens.
overall, I just feel like, people be asking for stuff and they think it's just supposed to fall out the sky or it's supposed to happen immediately and you're not putting any, grease behind it. You got to do something. If you were a worker right now, you plan on being a boss and you over here lollygagging at your job and shit and you saying, I'm going to be a boss one day or I'm going to own my own business. And you over here being a lackluster worker, you gonna attract that same type of energy if you even get to the point where you start doing a business, or you won't even have no employees at all. That's just why I see it.
And now a quick moment from our sponsor, Journey of a Legend.
You. Yeah, you. What's your passion? Purpose. Every day you try, you succeed. The time is now. Journey of a Legend. It starts with you.
If you want to learn more or purchase merchandise, go to www.journeyofAlegend.com. Another way of looking at it is, I don't remember exactly the person you said.
No, I just said when you a worker and you saying one day I'm going to be a boss.
Right. So employee saying one day I'm going to be a boss, but you say giving all this lackluster effort. In order for a company to thrive, they need good employees. If you're a piss poor excuse for an employee and you want to be the boss one day, would you even hire yourself? If you like, hell no, I would not hire me then. So you're not even prepared. As I said in the beginning, you're not prepared if you're not given the same energy or exemplifying what you would want to employ as the employer or boss one day. Cut it out. I think it's just a lot of nerve to even ask for certain stuff. And it's like, you don't even have your stuff together like that. So how can you even want to be in the company of good friendship, good supporter? Are you a good supporter? Are you a good friend? Are you a good sibling? Are you a good daughter? Are you a good person? Are you a good spouse? Like if you're not, if you know you trash in some areas and you looking to get somebody involved with you in one of those capacities, then you want some other bullshit. You trying to look for people to fulfill all your goals or assist you with getting, things done, but you don't want to be that person. It still goes back to, are you what you asked for? Stop looking for good supporters and you trash as being a supporter. Stop looking for great relationships or friendships and everything is a one-way street with you. You get what you want. You do what you want. It's either my way or the highway, because would you want to be friends with somebody like that? No. So just really dial it back and look at all those things. And if you know without a shadow of a doubt, I do not exemplify any of these things. I am not what I'm asking for. I don't even take care of this house. So I'm asking for, a 10 bedroom, or I want to host in what capacity? There are people that always say when they get a bigger spot, they're going to throw a function. They have peer spaces now, Airbnbs, even something as you creating a little project for, for your front area where you can have a couple of people over, getting, your living room together, little shit like that. And I could go on and on. This is something, obviously, as I said before, I think we've touched on it. I'm not sure, but this was heavy on my spirit. Like, we need to talk about that. I'm every day working towards being better in certain areas just as an individual.
Well, in your talking, you actually helped me remember what I was trying to say. Nah, for real.
That's funny.
Yeah, because you said something along the lines about I'll prepare myself when I get there. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard somebody say. And then I always use my sports references. Who the hell goes out to the game playing with no game plan, no film on who they playing, nothing, and just like, when we get out there, we gonna just wing it. Like, that's crazy. Like, so for you to be like, well, when I get this job or when I get the manager position or when I become CEO, then I'm going to study how to manage all the pyramids or the tiers below me. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to, be a people person and do HR, all the stuff, whatever your responsibilities are. Like, you can't just start doing something once you get there, because you won't even keep it. You'll lose it as quick as you got it because you don't even know what it took to obtain it. So if you ended up, by the grace of God, getting a position or whatnot just because, I think sometimes God do that just to show you ain't ready for it. Sometimes he just, all right, you want this? Take it. Now what you gonna do with it? I knew you wasn't ready. Give me that back. Go study. I'm just saying that's one of the things I think that happen with people. Like, You can't say when I get there, then I'm going to start doing it. You have to practice these skill sets, whatever it is. You just don't lose weight by osmosis. You know, you don't gain great friendships or companionship through being selfish your whole life, and then all of a sudden you get somebody that you ask for and it's like, now I know how to be selfless. That don't make sense. So yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. Like, you can't just turn, this is not an off and on switch you can do. You have to prepare yourself for these things.
One of my favorite rap lyrics: if you don't know, now you know. And I'm gonna leave the last part out.
Blue, blue, blue.
Yeah, so as always, we're gonna set that right there with you guys. Hopefully this enlightens you, gives you some insight on something that you may not have thought about. You're thinking about it now, and you can begin to move forward in this newfound information. If you've already been doing this, just keep on working at being the best version of yourself. I am doing it too, so you're not alone. Lose there. You're there. Let's get it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggested topics, or you want to keep this conversation going, you can shoot us an email at realfitradio@gmail.com. Our podcast drops every Monday. You can catch a snippet of any of our latest on our Instagram at realfitradio. If you're not following us, you definitely should be. As always, we hope this inspired, impacted, or empowered someone. Until next time.